Hello guys, welcome back to the channel today. And guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and I hope you guys are going to be enjoying today, which is Friday, because we are going into the weekends now when everybody will have to rest and be ready. So guys, today we are back again on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we are going to be doing something a little bit different. I'll be doing some tutorial on how to start up the Boeing 747 down from the cold and dark stage to the takeoff stage. Yeah, I'll be showing you guys all that today, and we are going to be taking off from the Los Angeles International Airport, and we'll be heading down to the Gatwick International Airport. So guys, I hope you guys will stay tuned, and I hope you guys will subscribe, like, and also share my videos to your friends so that they too can subscribe and like. And also, if you would like to join my Discord server, you can go down to the description. I've added a link for you guys there. Okay, so guys, now we'll be heading into the cockpit so that I will show you guys how to start up the Boeing 47. Okay guys, this is the cockpit of the Boeing 47, as you can see. Okay, now the next thing we need to do now is to turn on the standby power. I'll be switching it to auto. Yeah, we are done. Then from there we'll turning on the battery. When we are done turning on the battery, we'll be
Los Angeles clearance
turning
delivery,
on the
Captain
external
99er
power.
IFR to Gatwick, ready to copy.
Then now that the external power is on, we'll be requesting for power supply from the ATC. So let's switch for my co-pilot to finish giving us to finish requesting for clearance.
Captain 99er,
As we have here, the ATC says we should climb to 14,000 feet, so we are going to remember this. We don't want to forget it. Okay, this squawk, my co-pilot will set it for me, so I don't need to worry of that. But if you turn off your co-pilot, you need to do this with your hand, but I don't need to worry about this because my co-pilot will do that for me. But what we need to remember now is our runway, which is 25 right, and we should climb to 14,000 feet. We should need to remember that. Now I'll be going to ground and I will be requesting for the power supply.
Ground Captain 99er, could you please
so because of this is just a tutorial, I will not be requesting for other things, just the power supply. That is what I'll be requesting for today. Then when we are done with that, as you can see, my FMC is already set up. I will not be setting up the FMC today because it's already there, but I'll be doing a video, one or maybe after this, the next video, I'll be teaching you guys on how to set up the FMC, but today I will not be doing that. Okay, so now that we are done with setting up the FMC, I'll be turning on my flight directory. As you can see here, yeah, the line is moving, that is, the flight directory is on. Then I'll be heading to this FMC just to do one more thing. I'll be going to take off. Then here I'll be looking for my flight, that is my takeoff speed, which is 230. This is a little bit long for my the runway that I'm taking, so I'll be reducing this. But normally the FMC will set up, that is, will set up your takeoff speed and the rest, but me, I'll be tweaking this takeoff speed because the runway I'm taking off from is not that long, so I'll be tweaking it. Let me see, 170, 180, then 208. I think this is a little bit better. Then we'll be taking off with flaps 10. That's what I'll be taking off with flaps 10. Okay, now we have seen our speed. We'll be coming to this panel here, and lest I forget, this panel is where you control your autopilot from. Yeah, this, let me just say, this is the panel for the autopilot. As you can see here, we'll be setting the speed to 208. Then we'll be setting this to 14,000 feet as the ATC gave us. That, well, I told you guys that we are going to remember where the ATC said we should climb to. So they say we should climb to 14,000 feet. So that is what I'll be doing now. I'll be setting it to 14,000 feet. Okay, we are at 14,000 feet. So when we take off, this is where you on your auto throttle. That is when you are ready, when you are lined up in the runway, you turn off your auto throttle here. Then this is your autopilot. This is where you engage your autopilot. Then when you engage your autopilot, you can, this LNAV, which is little navigation, you can turn it on from this stand, but me, I always turn my own when I want to take off. When I'm lined up on the runway, I turn it on. And the vertical navigation, yeah, I turn the both of them on when I want to take off, because when you turn on the auto throttle and the autopilot, they will need this to help them, because the auto throttle need the vertical navigation so that it can control its speed and how it's clamped to. Then the LNAV, that is the lateral navigation, need the assist, that is the autopilot need the assistance of this to follow the assigned route. Yeah, so these two you need to on it on, and this is for the heading. You can use this to control your route, that is to select your heading that you want to go to, or if the ATC give you change of heading, you can change it from here. Then this your barometer. Yeah, this is your barometer. Yeah, this is where the ATC will always give you this barometer when you request for takeoff, but mine is set at 29.92, which is the normal barometer they always give, so it's set there. But when we want to take off, we'll see what the ATC will give us. I think it will still be the same 29.92, but let's watch and see. And when you want to land, this is where you disengage. If you click on here to off your autopilot and it refuses to off, this is where you disengage it. You just click on this, the autopilot will be forced to disengage. Yeah, then when you do it, you press it back in. Yeah, then this is your vertical speed. This is where you control how you climb or how you descend. If you want to ascend faster, you increase this vertical speed. If you want to descend faster, you decrease the vertical speed. But it's depending on how you want to descend or how you want to climb. But if you don't want to use it, it's still the same thing. You can climb and descend with just the altitude. By increasing or reducing the altitude, is still the same thing. So this is just for the autopilot control. That is, here is just the autopilot control. Okay, and this hold is like, let me say you change the heading and you want to hold that heading that you changed to, you press on this. It's the same thing with the altitude. You want to hold the certain altitude, you click on this. Yeah, okay. So now we are done explaining that. In this pre-flight, this is the our cruising altitude for 43,000 feet. Sometimes if you don't want to follow the ATC, you know the ATC will give you like 14,000 feet. You can increase this to 43,000 feet if you don't want to come to a stop at 14,000, to stop climbing at 14,000 feet. As far when you start getting to 14,000 feet, the ATC will give you change of altitude. So if you don't want to continue changing altitude, you can just come to your pre-flight plan and check your cruising altitude, which is mine is 43,000. You can come here and increase it up to 43,000 feet. It's still the same thing. Yeah, but I'll just follow the ATC to 14,000 feet. Then when I get to 14,000 feet, I'll increase to 43,000 feet. Then this cruising index, now mine is at 100, but when you are, yeah, I use SimBrief. So when you use SimBrief to create a flight plan, it will give you your cruising index. So I think the lower your cruising index, your cruising index, sorry, I've been saying cruising. The lower your cost index, the faster your plane flies. That is, the faster your plane move, the higher, the slower your plane move. Yeah, let me just say this cost index help the plane to move faster or slow. I think it's let me just say it's depending on your load. I'm not that sure on how to explain this cruising this cost index. I'm not that certain. Let me don't say something wrong, but I think the little I know about this cost index is the lower the number, the faster the plane goes. Then the higher the number, the slower the plane goes. That's just what I know. I don't want to go deep on it because I don't know too much about it. Yeah. Okay, without saying, we are done with setting all that. Now I'll be heading to my overhead panel. I'll be turning on my beacon light to let the ground crew know that the plane is going to be active very soon. The nav light should come on, strobe light should come on. For now, this wind light and the logo light, if you want you can on it, if you don't want you can leave it, but I'll turn it on. Yeah, but it's not a must to do that. Then I'm done with that. Now I'll be turning on my APU. This is your APU, so you set it to on, then set it to start, then it will come back to on. Then when the APU is available, it will show here that in the APU generator that is available. When it shows, then we'll turn it on here. So we'll be waiting for the APU to show here. Then I'll be requesting end of power supply
Ground
from
Captain
the
Niner Niner, I am
ATC.
done with power.
So as you can see, it's not available. We'll turn it on here. So the APU is on. The external power will turn off on its own. So when we are done with that, we'll be requesting for pushback from the ATC.
Ground Captain Niner Niner requesting pushback.
Captain Niner Niner pushback request accepted.
As you can see, the pushback tug is heading to the plane. So we'll be in the plane. When we feel something like a push back from the plane, we'll release the parking brake. So we are waiting for the little bit push. Okay, as you can see, that is the push. Now we'll come here, we'll release the parking brake. So as we have done that, I'll be requesting to push the plane to the left,
Ground Captain Niner
so
Niner
that it can
requesting
go to
pushback
the
tug
right.
to steer the aircraft to the left.
Captain
Ahead.
Niner
As you
Niner,
can
your
see,
request has been transmitted to the operator.
the plane is turning now. So I'm supposed to start turning on the engine of the plane, but I will let the plane come to a full stop before I do that, so that I can show you guys the process of doing that too.
Ground Captain Niner Niner requesting the end of pushback.
Okay,
Captain Niner Niner
so now the
request
plane
to
has
end
come to a
pushback received.
full stop, so we'll be engaging the parking brake once more. Okay, parking brake has been engaged. For now, I don't need this anymore. So now this plane have 4 engines. Wow, this is a bad pushback. This is not supposed to happen. It's a bad, but we are going to go with it. This is just for tutorial purposes. As you can see, this plane comes with 4 engines, as you can see. So here is the fuel control of the 4 engines. So we'll be starting from engine 4. That is where we'll be starting to turn on the engine of the plane. And please guys, don't do something like this. This is wrong, but because of his, for tutorial purposes, we are going to just look. We are going to close our eyes on this, but this is wrong. We are not supposed to do a pushback like this. Yeah, this is totally wrong. So when you are playing this game, don't do anything like this. You understand, guys? So now we are going to be heading back to the overhead panel. We'll be turning on the fuel pump of engine 4, which is this. Fuel pump have come on. Then we'll be setting the starter of engine 4, which is this. Then here we'll be looking at this. When it gets to 0.2 now, we'll be turning on the fuel control.
Ground Skywest 53,
So that we have done that. So when that is done, as you can hear, the engine is coming up. We'll be looking at this. For this engine 4 starter should go back in. When it goes back in, we'll turn on engine 3. That is just the process. So we'll be waiting for it to go back in.
Taxiing to general aviation parking by a taxiway hotel for Hotel 5, cross runway 25 right, Bravo 7, Bravo Charlie 10, Charlie Charlie 9er, Skywest 5312.
Okay, now it have gone back in. We'll be turning on engine 3 fuel pump. So engine 3 fuel pump is on. Now we'll be turning on engine 3 starter is on. The same process we'll be looking at here to when it reaches 0.2. Okay, fuel control on is open now. The fuel control is open. We'll keep our eyes on the starter. When you go back in, we'll start up engine 2. So that is just the process we'll keep doing to engine 1. Why there's some people that usually start from engine 1 to turn on the engines of the plane, but normal most of the video I have watched, they start from engine 4. So maybe the normal process is to start from engine 4. So I don't know, but I normally start from engine 4. So that is the same process I'm showing you guys. Now engine 3 starter is back in. We'll be turning on the fuel pump of engine 2. Then the starter. Eyes on the panel to see 0.2. Then the fuel pump should come on. Heading back to the panel, watching the starter. When you go back in, we'll start up engine 1. At this process will be when engine 2 go back in, we'll be turning on our taxi lights. So guys, so engine 2 is back in. Now we'll be turning on the fuel pump of engine 1. So it's on. Starting the starter. Yeah, watching it here. So it's at 0.2. Then we'll be applying the fuel control. We open the fuel control. So guys, if you have a center fuel, because when you want to plan for your trip,
SkyWest 5,
you come to
312.
this weight and balance here. You see, this is your
Ground
if
Captain
you have
9er
this
9er with
center
Golf ready
wing
to taxi IFR.
tank, you can turn it on here. This is for the center fuel. You can do that. Now we have requested for taxi. My co-pilot have done that, so I'll be turning on the taxi lights, which is on now.
SkyWest 5,
So when as all that are going, I'll be coming to my
Taxi to
spoilers
and hold short
and I'll
runway
be
25
arming
right using
the
taxiway
speed
Charlie
brake.
9er Charlie Charlie
These
1 Bravo
spoilers
Bravo
or
1
speed
Captain
brake
9er 9er.
anyone. So it's armed now.
SkyWest 5, tree
So as the spoilers are armed, I'll go to my flaps and do the same. I'll arm the flaps to 10. Flaps is at 10 now.
The Boeing beat 748 on the taxiway.
So we'll be waiting for the flaps to stabilize and the engines too. So as this is going on, we'll be coming back to our overhead panel and we'll be turning off the APU. APU is off now.
The Boeing beat 748 on the taxiway. SkyWest 5, tree 12, continue taxi.
So I'll be doing something a little bit or something.
SkyWest 5,
I'll be changing my camera view. I like to use this view whenever I'm taxiing, but it's not a must to do this. But if you like to do it, you can do it. But I'll be changing my view to this position. So our flaps, everything is on now. We can taxi to the runway. So I will see you people when I get to the run to the taxi line where I'll hold short of the runway. I'll see people there. Okay. Now I'll be disengaging the parking brake. Parking brake has been engaged. I'll be adding a little bit of power to the plane to get it to move. And because I'm using a pad, a S-bus pad, I'm using the trigger button to move the plane. Okay, they said I should hold position.
Hold position Captain 9er 9er.
So I'm holding position now until they give me clearance to move again. So I'm using the trigger button, as I was saying, to move the plane because I'm using the S-bus pad to play. So I'm using the trigger button to move the plane. Okay. So for now we are going to be waiting for the ATC to give us clearance to move again, and from here on I get to the taxi point where I'll hold short of the runway. I'll let you people be, then I'll see people at the taxi point where I will hold short of the runway. Okay, see you guys later. Hey guys, so I'm back again. As we are taxiing, when we got to the hold short of the runway point, my autopilot requested for taxiing, so we are done with that. Let me show you guys. So ATC have given us clearance to take off, and they gave us barometer of 29.92. As I showed you guys at this point, you see the barometer is 29.92. That is usually the normal barometer they give. So okay, you have been cleared to take off now. Okay, so I'll be reducing my viewpoints here because I always like it to be a little so that I can see where I'm taking off from. Then I'll be turning on the weather information. So I just like it this way. So that is what I'll be doing now. I'm done with that. So at this point, I'll be turning on my landing lights. run my runway light, then the taxi light will be coming off. So we are done with that. When I line up with the runway, I will turn on the reject auto brake, that is reject takeoff, which is down here. Then I will set some other thing, then we'll get ready for the takeoff. So I'll get to people by when I line up. So be looking at left and right position, and we are clear to line up. There's no plane coming in, so now we are clear. So you always do this, you look at your left and right view to be sure that there is no plane coming in before you line up with the runway. Because this is a big plane, I'll be adding more runway position, so I'll be stopping here so that I can utilize the full runway from here. Now we have lined up with the runway. I'll be turning on the reject takeoff brake, so it has been set. I'll be turning on my auto throttle. It's on now. This is the auto throttle. Sometimes this VNAV and LNAV, as I explained last time, you can turn it on now, or you can turn it on when you have takeoff. But me, I like to turn my own on now. I just like to turn it on now. I don't know, but I like it that way. And here you can set your heading to be straight with the route. I think mine is already straight with it. Okay, 252. Let me do that now. 252. Okay, heading is straight with my route. Then we are done with everything. And if you don't want to control your auto throttle, you can go down to the auto throttle here and turn on this toggle auto throttle. Then toggle the throttle, then it will use his hand and set your takeoff range. But I would like to control my takeoff. But if you don't want to do that, you can just come here and on this toggle throttle, then it will use his hand and set your takeoff range. Okay, but I'll be controlling mine with my hand, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so now we are clear to take off. I've set everything I would like to set, so we can take off now.
Going around friendly 807. Friendly 807.
Engines is stable, releasing parking brake.
Good day.
So as we are going, we'll be watching this V speed. This is where our V speed is. We'll be watching it. When we reach V1, that means we can't reject the takeoff anymore. When you get to the V1 stage, you can't reject any takeoff anymore. Then at V2, VR, then we can take off. Yeah, V1. When you get to V1, you can't reject the takeoff anymore. Then VR, you can take off. So we are at V1 now, VR, we can take off. So as you are taking off, you watch your, be sure that you are taking off. And yes, you are taking off. Now you can take up your landing gear. The landing gear is up. As you can see, our auto throttle now is controlling the plane, and our speed is off. So we'll be decreasing the flaps.
134.75 Captain Niner Niner. Los Angeles departure Captain Niner Niner is at 1,100
So
feet,
at
climbing
this point
14,000
too,
feet.
you can turn on the autopilot, which is this. Just click on the left side. Just now the autopilot is on. But normally when I'm conducting a flight, I will control the plane for a little while before I turn on the autopilot. But for this purpose, I'm going to show you people everything. So as you can, the autopilot is on, which is, that is the place you engage it from. Then the auto throttle is controlling the plane, and my LNAV and VNAV are on, so everything is going as planned. As you can see, we are climbing. So when we at this stage, we'll keep watching it. If you're a beginner, you can take the flaps down to full. But for me, I've been practicing for a little while, so I know something. So I'm not going to, I'll be taking the flaps down at stage by stage. So as I take off, I reduce the flaps from 10 to 5. Then very soon I'll be taking the flaps from 5 to full, that is to 0 flaps. Then the spoiler, which is the speed brake, you can leave it armed or you can take it down, whatever you want to do. When we take off, the reject takeoff turn, it resets itself back to off. As you can see, it have gone back to the off position. So with that saying, we are done with all that. So now we'll be watching the plane. When we get to 10,000 feet, we'll turn off the landing light and the rest light. I usually turn off my wind light because I do not need it. So we'll just be watching the plane from here. 6,000 feet, flaps to 2. Okay, flaps to 1, then from 1 to 3. Okay. Now we are at 7,000 feet. So this VNAV is allowing the auto throttle to follow our.
Los Angeles Center Captain Niner Niner is passing 8,200
If you look
feet,
at
climbing
here,
14,000
you see our
feet.
speed and our feet. So the autopilot is following our feet now. So I don't need. But if you're a person that wants to control your speed, you can do. You can turn on this the speed control here and control your speed. But if you don't want, the auto throttle will do that for you. It will follow the speed that have been set in the FMC. Then the LNAV, the autopilot will literally follow your route without doing anything. But if you have a change of heading, you can just come here and do that. As you can see, the auto throttle is changing speed, so it's following our speed. Now I'll go to full flaps. Flaps is at full now. Flaps is off. As the auto throttle is following our speed, going to the point it is supposed to be. That is the difference. Now we are at 10,000 feet. I'll be turning off the landing lights, the runway turn lights, and my wind lights. Other lights should remain on. If your weather is a little bit ice, that is cold, maybe there is snow, all these things, you can come here and turn on your de-icing position. That is the airframe de-icing. You can turn it on here. Then you have the wind. We have the, this is for the engine. This is the engine de-icing. If your engine is getting cold, that is something. Sometimes if you look at the engine here, it will be as if there's eyes on the engine. You can turn it on here so that the engine will not freeze or something like that. The F.
135.5, Captain
I
Niner
can't
Niner.
find. I forget where the
Los
position
Angeles
of
Center,
the
Captain Niner
F
Niner is
the
passing
eyes. That is the
14,400 feet, descending
wind
14,000
the eyes,
feet.
and I mean to see. I forget the position.
Captain
So
Niner
somewhere
Niner, Los
around
Angeles
there.
Center altimeter
But you can look for
29.9
that
to
in
continue to
the
fix it as
overhead
planned.
panel. Then you turn it on if you want. It's just depending on you. So we are at 15,000 feet. Okay, I understand. The auto throttle is following our this thing, our heading here. As you can see, for the 3,000 feet. But let it continue. But if I want to stop it from following it, I'll just come here and right click on this button here. Don't be just here at the head top here. Just right click on it. The auto throttle will start following the altitude I give it, but let it continue climbing to 43,000 feet. So I'll set it to 43,000 feet now. I didn't activate this the altitude before. That is why my auto throttle continue to follow the FMC this thing. But if I activate it, the auto throttle will be
Captain Niner Niner,
forced
please
to.
expedite your descent 14,000 feet.
You see, that is the issue. That is why sometimes I climb to 14,000 feet, then from there the ATC will give me another feet. But for the purpose of
Los
this
Angeles
video,
Center
let's
Giant Tree
keep going.
811 Heavy is at flight level 180, climbing
So
flight level
guys,
240.
without saying, this
Giant
is
Tree
just
811 Heavy,
the
Los Angeles Center
way
altimeter
to set up
29.9 to continue to Ocala as
and
planned.
prepare for takeoff with the Boeing 747-8.
Los Angeles Center,
But
Mark Air 731 is
if
at
you
flight
do
level
not
180,
understand
climbing flight
my
level
tutorial, there is
390.
other video that can explain
Mark
better
Air
than me.
731 Los
But I
Angeles
just
Center, continue
decided
to go flight
to
November as planned.
share a little bit of my knowledge with you guys. As you can see, it have activated here 43,000 feet. So this auto throttle won't climb above this 43,000 feet. Okay, so guys, with this I'm done with everything. So now I've activated everything. You can sit free and just keep watching, waiting to when you get to your landing. You can go outside for some outside view and the rest. You don't need to do any other thing again because the autopilot and the auto throttle is doing the job for you. Just you have the nice view, do other things until you get to the point you start descending, then you come back. Later on, I'll show you people on how to prepare for approach and ILS landing. Then I'll do a video of how to set up the FMC too. So later on, but for now we'll just stick with this. Okay, so guys, that's it. See you guys in the next video, and I'll be ending here for now. Goodbye. Bye guys. I hope you guys will learn something from this video, and I'll be doing other videos with other planes too, but we're going to start with this one for now. So guys, bye for now, and see you next time. Have a nice and great day.
Good day. Captain Niner Niner, please expedite your descent 14,000 feet. 127.1 United 2047.